where their steady hands and sharp minds contributed to one of the nation's most respected black publications. The Carrington elders stood as symbols of dignity and professionalism. The men of the family were known for their sharp suits and even sharper minds. Many, including Russell Sr., were proud 32nd-degree Masons, part of a fraternity of black professionals who wielded their influence to uplift their community. Being surrounded by powerful black men planted seeds of ambition in Russell Jr. He observed the fine suits his father wore, the car he drove, and the air of authority he carried. It wasn't just the material wealth that captivated him, it was the power, the respect, and the way others seemed to receive his father with such deference. Though Russell Jr. didn't yet have the words to articulate it, he vowed that one day he too would command that same presence. In school, Russell Jr. excelled. His sharp mind and quick wit made him a favorite among teachers. He buried himself in books, particularly those on science and medicine. By the time he entered high school, Russell Jr. had already decided he wanted to become a dentist. It was a profession that combined precision, skill, and prestige, a perfect match for his temperament and ambitions. He attended Frederick Douglass High School, which was established for African Americans and located in the heart of West Baltimore City. Originally named the Colored High School in 1883, it held a proud legacy as a cornerstone of black education. As a teenager, Russell Jr. was painfully aware of the barriers society placed before him. He internalized every slight and setback, learning over the years to shield himself with perfection, a pristine image that left no room for error or vulnerability. In private, however, he would replay every criticism, every distant whisper of disapproval. The weight of becoming Dr. Russell Carrington Jr., brilliant, charismatic, untouchable, was a burden that felt almost unbearable at times. This duality made him both fascinating and dangerous. His sensitivity fueled his brilliance, driving him to extraordinary heights, yet it also left him exposed and vulnerable. By the time he was 18, Russell Jr. was already carrying the heavy weight of expectations far beyond his years. He was the son of a proud family, with a future that seemed as bright and limitless as his ambition. But all of that changed with one mistake, or what his family deemed a mistake. Russell Jr. met the beautiful Frances Locoman. Frances, a Lake Clifton High School senior, was the daughter of a well-respected family. Sweet and soft-spoken, she had a quiet charm. Her light skin, shapely figure, and freckled face only added to her allure. Their youthful indiscretions, however, had consequences neither could have foreseen. Like his father, Russell Jr. reveled in fleeting romances, charming his way into the hearts of many, but committing to none. When Frances' mother discovered that she was pregnant, the fallout was swift and unforgiving. Russell Jr. and his childhood best friend, Donald Stewart, walked the cracked sidewalks of West Baltimore, their schoolbooks tucked under their arms. The afternoon sun stretched their shadows along the row house-lined street. "She's pregnant, Donald." Russell Jr.'s voice was low, uncertain. "Frances is having my baby." Donald sucked his teeth, shaking his head. "Damn, Russ, that's heavy." He paused, glancing over at his best friend. "What you gonna do?" Russell Jr. exhaled sharply, running a hand over his neatly combed hair. "I don't know, man. My father already thinks I'm wasting my time with her. Now this?" He kicked at a loose stone in the pavement. "I can't get stuck here, Donald. You know that." They climbed the marble steps of Russell Jr.'s row home, dropping onto the cool stone. The city hummed around them, kids playing in the alley, a radio spilling Sam Cooke's voice from a nearby window, the distant rumble of a streetcar. Donald leaned back on his elbows. "You always said we were getting out of here. Morgan State, dental school, a real shot." He looked at Russell Jr. "This don't gotta change that." Russell scoffed. "You sound like it's that easy." "Nah," Donald admitted, "but you ain't the first man to be in this spot. Question is, you gonna let it stop you?" Russell Jr. stared at the chipped paint on the railing, his mind racing. His whole life he'd been chasing something bigger than West Baltimore, the lectures his father drilled into him, the dreams he whispered to himself late at night. And now he rested his elbows on his knees, clasping his hands together. I just hesitated. I don't want to be like my old man. Cold, calculating. But I can't throw everything away either. Donald nodded slowly. Then don't. But you gotta figure out what kind of man you want to be, Russ. 'Cause that baby, that's real. And so is your future. They sat in silence for a while, watching the world move around them. Two boys on the edge of manhood, caught between duty and ambition. Russell Jr. was given no choice. His family, eager to avoid scandal, demanded he do the right thing. Her family, desperate to preserve their daughter's honor, insisted on marriage. And so, with trembling hands and a heavy heart, Russell Jr. stood before the altar, pledging vows he didn't yet understand to a woman he hardly knew.